Hi there, it's Professor McDonald, and in this video I'm going to show you how this course works. Let's begin by going to the Start Here course information page, where you will see an introduction to me, your professor, my office hours link, a video that it does a nice job of introducing some of the lovely things about math, and then the nitty-gritty, how to get started on your actual course content. Now notice that it says, "Welcome students. Before you will be able to access any lessons or assignments, you must complete the learning modules below. At the end of each learning module, there is a test which unlocks other content and assignments for this course." Okay, in other words, you can't get to the other important information and content for this class, including assignments, unless you complete these two learning modules down here. And there's an outline in this red box of those steps. Step 1, read the syllabus by clicking on the syllabus link, which is right up here. So you'll click there to read the syllabus. Step 2, review all of the material in the course and orientation learning module, this one right here. And at the end of that, complete the course contract to 100% in order to open up the other assignments and lessons. Step 3 is to review all of the material in the testing requirements learning module down here. And at the end of that, do your mock test dress rehearsal. This is a practice test designed only really to help you set up your testing environment with your webcam and the proper software and all of that. And so these are the things that you really need to do first is do your read your syllabus, complete the course contract, and complete the mock test dress rehearsal, which I must review and approve in order for you to do any tests in this course. And I've made that due very early in the course because I don't want you to accidentally not have the right setup when it comes time to take your test. So we want to start out right at the beginning of the course, making sure that we know how to do the tests and that you have the correct equipment. Now, if for any reason you're waiting on your webcam to arrive or something like that and the due date looks like it's going to pass before you can get that done, we can work with that. You need to email me and we'll figure out what we can do there. We'll figure something out. But I wanted it to be due early for the majority of the class because we need to make sure that you understand what's going to be expected of you before we get too far into the course. So do those things first, and then you'll be able to go on to step 4 and click on the lessons, or I think in this course it's called learning modules here, and that's where you're going to find all your lessons. But before we get to that, I'm just going to give you a quick sneak peek at what's inside these learning modules and how they are structured. So when we go into the course orientation learning module, you'll see that you have to view these things in order, and you can either click on the links in the table of contents, and you can make your table of contents bigger or smaller by using this little toggle switch here, right? So you can click right directly on the links, or you can use the little arrows here to go from one to the next. And so notice that you can't click on anything down here. You can only click on the next available item because it's set up so that you have to view every single item in order. So once you finish with that, you viewed everything, make sure you take your time and read all the content, watch all the videos. If there's anything that says, like I think one of these, like the syllabus says click to launch. So some of them you'll notice will say click to launch. Make sure you do click to launch and actually read or watch whatever content is there. And when you get to the bottom of that, you will be able to take the little test, which is called the course contract, which just gives you an opportunity to sign off that you have read and watched all the content there, that you've reviewed everything in this learning module. And once you have completed that course contract, then your learning modules section will be enabled. So if you try to go into the learning modules section before you've done that, you're going to find that there's not really anything there yet. Okay, so first step. All right, now let's go back. We'll also look at the testing requirements page briefly. Okay, this is the learning module for testing requirements. And notice at the end of that, you will take your mock test dress rehearsal. So first you're going to watch these videos very carefully, which explain how to set up your testing environment and your webcam and all of that. And then you have a link with some information about how to get the software installed and a little video on how to use the lockdown browser. And also on this is the mock test right here. This is the mock test dress rehearsal practice test right here. So you will click to launch it. But before you do, just review this again. Here's a link back to those videos, information, reminders, all that. Just want to make sure you have it set up exactly right so that once you've submitted this mock test, practice test, I can go in and review it and see that you have followed all of the directions, and then I am able to approve you to be able to go on and do other tests. If it's not right, I'm going to have to contact you and explain what wasn't correct about it, and we're going to have to fix that before you'll be able to take any real tests. So just make sure you're very thorough, take your time, make sure you do it right the first time, and then it'll be smooth sailing from there. All right, so once you've completed all of that, you're going to go into the learning modules. And notice that it says to complete each module, you have to repeat these steps, right? So in each one of the module folders, there are section folders. You can see in the table of contents here, section 2.1 has introductory video, pre-class passport worksheets, multimedia library, 2.1 assignment, 2.1 practice, 2.1 quiz, and then the next section is 2.3. And you'll see all the same type of assignments in there. So it's just very methodical. You just keep working through everything. And when you've finished all of that, you will take your test. Now notice that right now you can't see test one in this folder. You can see the extra credit, you can see the practice test, but you can't see the actual test link yet. And that's because I'm in student preview mode. And as a student, I have not completed my mock test dress rehearsal. So it's not available to me. The actual test link is not available to me yet. And that's what's going to happen for you. Okay, so once you've been approved with your mock test dress rehearsal, then your test link will show up in that folder. Okay, so right in here, there's your practice test here, which is a PDF that you can print out and use that to review the types of questions that will be on your real test. And then the next link underneath that should be the actual test as long as you have completed your mock test dress rehearsal successfully. All right, now a quick note on a few other items you might notice are, for instance, the practice assignment is marked optional. All of the practice assignments and prerequisite assignments that might be in here for students who need extra, those are marked optional, so they are literally optional. They don't count for credit. They don't affect your grade in any way. They're just there for you to get some extra practice and support. The discussion assignments also are not graded. They are optional. So they are available to you so that you and your peers can communicate about the content, but I don't require you to do those discussions, so they're not part of the grade. When you go through your course information learning modules, you'll run into the course agenda in the course orientation folder, and the course agenda will outline very specifically all of the due dates associated with your assignments that count for credit. So this is what you want to print out and use as your guide. And if you rely on your dashboard to tell you when stuff is due, it's possible that you might miss important assignments. I really wouldn't advise you to completely trust this. It's helpful as, extra reminders, but you need to have your own course agenda printed out and maybe check things off as you go to make sure that you're not missing anything important. All right, so I believe that is the majority of what I need to say. Go ahead and make sure to explore the other links here. There's a tutoring and extra credit section, and I'll just speak briefly about the pre-class passports before I let you go. The pre-class passports, which you will learn more about in this orientation section. The pre-class passports are um, worksheets that count for credit, and you have to upload them in Blackboard. And I've given you very specific directions here, so make sure to watch that video to know how to complete them and how to prepare your file for upload. And then if you are, there's another secondary video here, which many of you may not need, but for those of you who are trying to work with Word, but you don't have Word on your computer, you can use that. Also, I also like to mention that you will be able to get a free Microsoft Office suite installed on your computer if you don't already have one. As a student of the college, you actually get that for free. So if you don't already have Microsoft Office on your computer, you can click here and follow all the directions to get that done so that you have it on your computer. It's very expensive to purchase it, so I would take advantage of that if I were you. All right, so I am very excited to be your teacher. There's a whole video devoted to me talking about um, those kinds of things, you know, welcoming you and telling you what I believe about learning math and some advice from someone who knows what it's like to be in your shoes. So I hope that you will watch that and I hope that you'll have a wonderful semester. And please, please, please contact me using CourseMail if you have any questions or concerns, or you can also come to my office hours, which the link to those are also provided here in the course information section. So I look forward to hearing from you, and I wish you all the best. I'm rooting for you. Go get it. I'll see you around.